지금 다운로드 받으세요.
Did someone say esports?
Esports.
That's right.
Esports.
We are here Sunday night, Pro League 2016. We've got a very exciting set of matches for you guys. So good to be down here. How you doing today, Valdez?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really excited for these matches. Yesterday was not good. The games were stomps. It was one-sided, but today is not going to be anything like that.
I don't think so.
We're starting off with Patience, the newest sick nerd baller, against ByuL, one of our guys who's been around but not doing quite as well these days.
It's going to be interesting. Pro League's been kicking ass so far. Yesterday was a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're going to have those days no matter what. Last season we had fantastic finals, and I think we're going to have the same build-up here now. It's never been more competitive in Starcraft 2 in Korea. And we got a lot of new teams. We got a lot of old teams coming in here. I think today's matches are actually pretty even. At least our starting match, I should say.
For sure. I mean, the first one is going to be even. The second one, SKT versus KT, the telecom war there, that one is definitely going to be even. But this first match, too, it matters a lot because these four teams that aren't SKT, KT, and Jin-Air, they're all fighting for that fourth spot. We say this every day, and they're really just fighting for this spot, you know. So CJ up against Afreeca Freaks, whoever takes this one is going to have a much better chance of making it to the playoffs and making it to the grand playoffs as well.
The Afreeca Freaks, the newest team here in Pro League, they actually got a pretty nice lineup, which is impressive considering it is a new team. But they've still got a lot to prove here. So we're going to have to see what happens. I'm not sure that they are... they're going to have a tough match ahead of them. You know, CJ's a lot of history with this team.
For sure. Sorry, I'm just laughing because it feels like we're part of the monitors. Like we're just coming out of the monitors.
Yeah, it is. It actually is kind of like that. Yeah, that was a new angle. I wasn't quite ready for that.
Because usually the monitors are angled, you know, so we're kind of like,
you know what it looks like?
Side.
It looks like when we're on camera, it kind of looks like we're like cats coming out of boxes.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
The monitors are boxes. Yeah.
Well, so here's what the lineup is so far. As you can see, the Jin-Air Green Wings are kicking a lot of ass. KT as well, but of course it's still very early here in the Pro League, so this could look very different in the weeks to come.
Yeah, SKT actually losing their first match to the Afreeca Freak. So the Freak's getting off to a great start, and SKT not so much. I mean, SKT is set for the grand post playoffs that we have here for this season, but looking worse and worse as the year goes on, which is kind of scary, especially because their top two players are Zergs, Su and Dark, and Zergs are just not doing that great here in Korea nowadays.
Here's our lineup for tonight. Patience really on the up and up nowadays. He may be like the MVP of the team, which is weird because you look at these other guys like Curious and Bomber especially. These guys so good, but Patience just looks... it's interesting. Patience is like the guy that he makes a lot of mistakes when he's moving around in the middle of the map, but then you go back to his base and he has more anyways. I think this guy might be the best macro Protoss in the world. If he can refine his movement throughout the map with some of his harass techniques, I think he might be the best Protoss in the world.
You were talking about that like a week or two ago, and then all of a sudden, last week when he played his games, there were no mistakes anymore. Remember, I said to you, I'm like, if he could just clean up those mistakes, he would be one of the best Protosses in the world. And it's happening. You know, he's practicing, he's not making mistakes, and he's looking so great. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, you know, it's so cool. One of my favorite things about StarCraft beyond just the way the game operates itself is to see these guys rise and fall. Yeah. It's not like we got one guy and we all say, well, he's the best. And it's never going to change.
Well, we do say that about Zest.
Yeah, besides Zest. But like, he's the best.
Besides the robot.
We already know who's going to win this. These guys develop, they change. You know, somebody like ByuL, who is also on the rise now, having a little bit of a tougher time here in 2016.
Yeah.
I actually think Patience is a favorite here.
Oh, yeah, he is. Just in terms of these two players' form, Patience is definitely heads above ByuL at this point in time, which is really weird to say. And taking a look at the predictions...
Look at that, I'm not at the bottom.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not at the bottom, guys.
You're doing better this
Remember
time.
Last year I was at like 40%. I'm like, how am I so bad at this? All I do is talk about StarCraft. I have the worst results in predictions.
Yeah. Well, still early, Tasteless. So you have time to go down.
I want to point out, by the way, working in the studio here, because of that graphic that says Taste, now everybody's been calling me Taste in the studio.
Your Taste.
My name has been truncated. I'm not okay with this.
CJ
In the bottom left, in the yellow, our Zerg player, ByuL. And in the bottom right, in the purple, Patience.
And we're out here on our new map, New Gettysburg, also made by Jackie. Jackie, a Korean map maker. I think he made some other map. I forget which one that was like really popular, but he's been around for a while, making some sick, good maps.
And I think this map especially allows for some interesting games. This is kind of like a more extremified version of Arena in some ways, but without the incredible close proximity.
Yeah.
You know, we got this like long bridge, which I think is going to make for a lot of interesting scenarios as the game continues to develop. We've never actually, I think in RTS history, had a map that had a bridge, a setup like this that just went all the way across the map. So this, as far as I can tell at least, and I might be totally wrong, and we know that I might be totally wrong because my predictions last year were so bad. We know I can't be right all the time. But, you know, I think this map will actually make for the longest games in StarCraft 2.
The longest games?
I think so.
Really?
Well, not this one. But I mean in general. we got a pylon put down here. What is going on? And we might end this game right away.
ByuL is not going to see this. The probe is
What is this, like a strat from the beta?
Yeah, he's going to start warping his
Is that Huck playing? I saw him do this like
Korean
6 years ago
game.
at MLG. What is going on?
Oh, man. This is going to be so unfortunate for ByuL.
Now, here's the thing, dude. He could use that pylon whenever he wants, because Zerg is never going to find that. This game could go on for an hour, and I doubt Zerg would actually find that.
Look at this block. He moves away, and ByuL tries to make the hatchery.
Pro League shirts. Free Pro League shirts. I want a free Pro League. I actually don't have one of those.
Neither do I. None of the casters actually have that.
We need to.
I don't think the Korean casters do either.
The SPL20 staff is listening. I need my free Pro League shirt or I'm not coming back, okay? This is a hostage situation here.
Give him his shirt, please. I don't want a solo cast.
That's right. I'm crazy. Don't think I won't come back in. So, we got Stalker being chronoed out here. Now, I think, I don't know, man. Here's what I do know, though. ByuL, when he loses this game, is going to be so angry, okay? Assuming he loses this game, and I think there's a high chance, because this is just not something Zerg could have prepared for. This is the worst feeling, because, you know, you practice these games, practice for this game, for hours and hours, weeks and weeks even. And you're thinking about the mid-game, you're thinking about that bridge, how am I going to use that bridge? You're thinking about, you know, the top parts of the map, maybe these islands in the bottom. You do not expect one random pylon hit in there. Nobody even does this anymore, guys.
And that's why it's great. It's so funny.
It circles around the meta, essentially. It's so old and kind of, it's not supposed to work because you can just check for it.
And he's going for DTs. It's beautiful.
My God.
It's just beautiful.
This is beautiful.
I was going to say, is he going to change up his build because he has the pylon? And it seems like the answer is yes.
Yeah. Now, this probe actually needs to like run to the upper left side of the map. So this Ling does not
get out of there.
He actually needs to draw this away. Okay, he gets it. All right, is he going to see it? Is he going to see it?
Oh, I think he is.
Here's the thing, guys. Even if he sees it, he's not going to know that the pylon's here. And
there it is.
He knows. He's like, which one do I attack? Well, guess what, guys? You don't need that to be powered to make DTs, okay? So
not sure why he's going for that pylon, actually.
I might as well take out the supply.
Yeah, it's got less HP and shields.
Actually, it might be better to go for the Dark Shrine. Just you have to get.
I wonder if he could kill it in time with just 2 Lings.
No, he wouldn't, but at least he would eventually kill it, right? I guess it doesn't matter. He's going to get it anyways. I'm overthinking this. All right, well, get ready. Okay, now, actually, there's a lot of Lings coming in over here. Can he actually get this in time?
Yeah, I think he's going to get...
No! Well, you know what? I would just go back and make a Dark Shrine at home because you still have that pylon there. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could. You could just warp into depths instead, I suppose.
Looks like there might be a forced cancel here. Okay, so everything's actually going right for ByuL. The only thing we got to keep in mind is this random surprise in the main. Now, Patience can use that pylon in the main whenever he wants. but when he uses it, he's only got one shot. Now, does he make more? Okay, no, he sends these 4 in here, and you know immediately ByuL's like, what?
Where did these
Where did this come from? I must be confused.
I must have missed it. And notice how he doesn't run back to the pylon. He's not going to show that to ByuL.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a chance ByuL's like, I think there must have been a warp prism here or something. I don't know what happened.
That's probably what he expects, but the warp prism would still be there, right? You know?
Yeah.
But look at how much damage this is doing. This is one pylon.
Look at this. Now, does he make another warp in? We got Lings coming up over here trying at this third base.
Now that he's got attack speed, there's no way the Lings can get close.
Yeah.
He's going to try. Okay, he's going to see it.
Okay, now he sees it. ByuL's like, when the hell?
His face is like pretty mad, actually. He looks a little bit angry.
Well, I mean, that's got to be really weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Hydra Den's coming up here. Now, I got to say, I think ByuL survived that bullet because had the Dark Shrine gotten up, I think that would have been checkmate. I think that would have been GG. But this is now, a much more evened out game here. Looks like Zerg wants to go for Baneling drops, which I think is a great idea. And also, with drop, he could take an island. Protoss did not tech to air here.
I think he definitely could.
We haven't really seen islands fully be used yet in StarCraft 2. And I don't know if that's because of the way the game works, or the way the meta is, or the way the maps are set up.
The Protosses nowadays are always making a warp prism, and especially on this map, to get directly to the main, you're going to have to fly over the island, and it's going to be very hard to defend.
Well, the thing is, even then, Protoss could take an island. I mean, I don't care which race does it. I just feel like it could be viable,
I agree with you there. I think it would be much better for Patience to go for it.
All right, we got Banelings coming in here now. In the bottom right, in the main, is Patience going to be able to pull out in time? Patience not reacting yet!
There it is! The Baneling's coming out, and that's 8 probes worth, and he's not done yet.
Oh my god, but he's not paying attention to that Overlord.
Oh no, he's going for the natural. There's more probes here.
This is like almost way too greedy. Patience is not looking! Patience is going to lose so many workers!
20 probes just died. Unbelievable. That's way too much damage. And now what does he do from here? I mean, he's got a third base, yes, but even some more damage coming in here. ByuL really trying to get into Patience's head, and Patience just not paying attention there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by the first attack that he didn't see that, but the second one I'm really confused by. That, flew over everything. Patience was not watching the minimap there, man.
I don't know what he was doing. I think ByuL might have been harassing somewhere with Lings, and maybe he was looking there. But that's unbelievable. I mean, I gotta hope that this Warp Prism does a bit more damage, because Patience definitely needs to catch up here a bit, because ByuL is getting every tech in the world right now. Lurkers out here, Aspire. He's going to have a lot of options coming into this late game.
Nice control. No additional warp-ins, by the way, with the Warp Prism. He's going to eventually have to back this up if the Queen does too much more damage to it. Meanwhile, an attack up here at the top, in kind of a funny little position that he's in. He's got a lot of sentries. He's going to be able to warp in a lot of adepts. The sentry-adept combo may be a strong enough timing that he can actually punish the Zerg entirely. A warp in here. Is ByuL going to be able to hang on in 2 different locations at the same time?
I'm not so sure, and he's got 9 sentries in this army, so he really can get up there and just force field that ramp forever. And this damage is just continuous. ByuL is actually taking way too much damage now.
All right, there's some lurkers out here, but I think it might be too late. And you can see he's actually setting time warps up here. The lurkers do come up. Is there an observer here? I don't think that. Oh, no, there is. I'm sorry. It's at the top of the screen. So he will take that down.
Oh boy, and only Lings now coming in. ByuL down to 50 supply. He's taking way too much damage.
I think this game's over.
Yeah,
looks like it. Patience is just on fire right now, carrying this right now for the Afreeca Freaks, and there it is, GG.
Wow, what a game. Really back and forth. ByuL trying to give it his all, but Patience coming back with a really nice strategy there. Constant harass with the Warp Prism and the attack at the third base with 9 sentries, man. Sentries are coming back into the meta, Tasteless.
Yeah, that was interesting. We haven't seen, that's kind of like the early Wings of Liberty stuff, where we just had this insane amount of sentries, and you kind of threw out force fields and prayed, that was cool. I really enjoyed that. I'm not sure how the game would have turned out if they set up with the plan with the DT rush had worked out, but I think no matter what, ByuL cannot beat Patience in a game like that. But you know what? I'll tell you what. Afreeca Freaks had to win that game for this series.
You were talking about ByuL being angry. He looked really angry. He actually yanked his mouse out of the keyboard, or out of the computer, rather. Got a feel for him. He's really not having the best of these nowadays. nowadays.
Now, it's going to be up to the next players on the Afreeca Freaks to carry this. I think if it goes to ace match, I think the Afreeca Freaks lose.
I don't know. I don't know, actually.
You don't think so?
I think Patience can definitely fight up against Zero, for sure. Nowadays, like, Patience, he defeated Classic.
I feel like Patience, when I think about him being a great player, I don't think of his PvP initially. I think of his PvT and his PvZ. Well, okay, so here we are. Like I said, we look like cats coming out of boxes. Like, whoop, popping up.
Yeah, just like put your hands on the box.
That's right.
Yeah.
So far, we've had a great game. It was an expected result. Patience did manage